apply the Imus the morning prayer. Could you explain that to me, Terry? Irritating. God, these people on here that just unbelievable.
So stop by your local New York or New Jersey Land Rover retailer today, because these amazingly affordable lease rates are not without end.
I hate these people who do the news. I hate all of them, these people who do the news on, well, maybe I don't. Anyway, just looking at, so, you know how I was about 10 years late on Fleetwood Mac, or even more?
I do recall, yeah.
Well, you know, because
Yep.
I just missed a lot of stuff. I was drunk. I was doing cocaine. I mean, I'm sorry about it. In fact, I was talking to a guy yesterday, the manager of the radio station, about being an alcoholic, you know, and how, believe me, I'm not going to preach to you. But, I mean, you know, just in my own case, coming to the realization that I was an alcoholic as opposed to thinking I wasn't for a long time. Even while I was going to AA meetings. And still drinking and lying about it, by the way. So, well, you know, I woke up eventually. Sometimes you don't ever. So I was raised on country music, so I'm well aware of the Dixie Chicks. But I'm paying attention to them because I just figured it's just too much hype. They couldn't be any good.
Can't believe the hype.
No, I saw them on the CMA Awards with my wife.
Yep.
Well, fine. They sang Wide Open Spaces. I believe that's what they said. Sang. I said, okay. Well, it can't be any. I mean, so they're okay. They are so great. It's unbelievable how great they are. Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. The I-Man wakes up.
Now, I bought two of their albums yesterday. I bought both albums. Wide Open Spaces and the new one, Fly, whatever that is.
All righty.
You can't be... Yeah.
Can't be any better?
Oh, God, they're absolutely... They're unbelievable.
Well, all right now.
That's this fat little gnarly chick singing lead and two sisters. And they're all accomplished. The two sisters are accomplished musicians.
Yep.
And nice looking girls. They all three are.
Yep.
They're all three cute.
Very pretty, yeah.
They're kids. Well, not kids, but they are great. I'm going to play something for them.
Great. All right.
The Dixie Chicks. You got it. It's country music. It's not that. Awful Tim McGraw or Brooks and Dunn or that god awful Shania Twain. Now Shania Twain is cute and all that for what she does, but she's awful. Tim McGraw, awful. They are awful. I feel about the Dixie Chicks about like I felt when I discovered Delbert McClinton.
Wow.
Whoa.
They
are unbelievable. The Dixie, they're unbelievable. They can do this. Well, here's the thing. They can do this until they freak out.
They just do it forever, if they so choose.
And until their egos just, until that happens. I already noticed that they have switched the order of identification of the producers from album 1 to album 2.
Uh-oh.
There's trouble.
Produced by Paul Worley and Blake Chansey. Well, the new one says produced by Blake Chansey and Paul Worley. So they've already had some... So there's already been a discussion among the producers, about the order of credit.
Yeah,
and one of the Dixie Chicks has recently gotten married. So
that's refreshing to hear.
So we'll have her husband sticking his nose in it.
Mm-hmm.
And the lead singer's father's a famous Nashville steel guitar player. In fact, the lead singer's father, plays on both of these albums, along with the A list of Nashville musicians.
Yeah.
I'm going to play, Lou. We're going to play Cut 7 tonight. To Heartaches on Me. Not right now, but just cue it up.
Have it ready.
Have it ready.
Ready to hit that button, baby.
Then we're going to play, and after we play that, we're going to segue right into Cut 8, Let Her Rip. And then we're going to go to the new album, which is in my jukebox, when we'll play Earl. Earl was abusing his wife, and
Not good. All right.
there was a Dixie Chick solution to his situation.
I hear you.
They're great, man. I mean, if you want something to listen to in your car or wherever you're doing, go out and buy both of these albums. I'm telling you, CDs, you know what they are. They are just great. They are unbelievable.
I'm looking forward to hearing them, my man.
Did you hear some of them yesterday when I was playing them back in the office?
Heard a little bit of it, yeah.
How could you not?
Well, no, I do turn it up pretty loud, don't I? I like to play Born in the USA and turn it up just as loud as my jukebox will go, which is pretty loud, by the way.
Yes, it
It
is.
reverberates. So
Shakes the
radio
building.
station is 4 floors, and they can hear it on the 4th floor. We're on the bottom.
And try to talk to the I-Man after that. Huh?
All right, let's do some news. The humiliating defeat in the test ban treaty in the Senate for the president. We're very happy about that. It's going to be a terrific show today. We're going to have some Dixie Chicks this morning.
That's good.
And then we're going to have any videos we play on get some videos from the record company and play it on MSNBC. Yeah. Well, they're great, man, I'm telling you. Walter Cronkite's going to be on from MTV, Real World Pakistan.
Yep.
Scotzo and a note about the Mets-Braves game yesterday. Joe Benigno, who's the all-night guy here at the radio station, who's great, by the way. I love this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a sports show, this guy's got it he's got it lamped.
Yes, he does.
There's nothing he doesn't know about it. And he was talking this morning. He's absolutely right. Even if you're a casual baseball fan, like we are, and if you don't know, what a infield fly rule is, or I don't know when a guy should bunt or when he shouldn't bunt, or when a guy should steal, when he should. Yesterday that you take Kenny Rogers, the pitcher for the Mets, out of that game. You take him out. The Mets are leading 2-0. The Braves tie it on somebody's home run 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
They then get another guy on first.
Yep.
You take him out then.
The ushers know that.
You take Steak Shapiro knows that. You take him out then. First of all, you don't even start him. You start Rick Reed whatever that guy's name is. I think you start him. I don't know whether he was rested enough or not.
Yeah.
But you don't start this guy, Kenny Rogers.
That's A.
Plan for disaster.
And that's A. And 2, you can get him out of the game. Take him out. Well, what happens? He gives up another home run.
That's right.
Idiot.
Dope.
And then acts like he doesn't care. I'm sure he does care. But
Yeah.
I mean, he does have sort of, that's just his demeanor. It appears to not be terribly, well, he was distraught about it.
Of course he had to be.
Here's how confident I was about the Yankees. Now, there's tension in the Imus household.
Uh-oh.
My wife's doing a movie now, so thank God she's busy, and she's working all day, so she's tired when she gets home. So I'm getting cut a bunch of slack.
Yeah. No black and blues on the I-Man this morning.
So, but she's a Red Sox fan.
Yeah.
And, of course, I'm a Yankee fan.
So there's stage
There's
set.
no level of animosity.
But
She was out doing something, and she was in the library, and you have to go through there to get to the kitchen. And I could walk through there, and I'd say, well, it's 3-3 now. I said, by the way, I'm going to bed. She said, how can you go to bed and it's tight? I said, the Yankees will. I said, I'll tell you what, I will eat this table in here. I said, I can't even tell you how I guarantee the Yankees will win it. The Red Sox will never win this game. Never. They can't win it.
Oh, man.
1918, honey.
So I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning and went out in the kitchen and turned on Sports Center, and I turned it on and they were just recapping the game. Well, of course, Bernie Williams had a home run about on the 10th. It's over.
Oh, man.
But I'll tell you what we do want to happen. I mean, this is, man, you should change your weekend plans even. I don't care if you're not even a baseball fan. Saturday afternoon on NBC, I believe it's on NBC. Roger Clemens for the Yankees, and Pedro, is that his name?
Yep.
Pedro Martinez this is the guy who's the greatest pitcher in baseball.
Yep.
Against the guy who used to be the greatest pitcher in baseball.
Game 3 NBC, right.
Saturday afternoon, probably around 4 o'clock, Roger Clemens, who was with the Boston Red Sox forever, and then stabbed him in the back and went to Toronto or Montreal or someplace. Toronto, I guess. Now he's with the Yankees, of course. He goes back to Boston to pitch against Pedro Martinez and his old team, the Boston Red Sox. Well, what do we want to? And Roger, who the Yankees traded 2 or 3 players, including David Wells, to Toronto for Roger Clemens, has had at best a mediocre year, and barely got through that game against Texas. And you're watching Roger Clemens pitch against Texas. You at any moment he was going to give up. I mean, he just lucked out. So we want Fat Roger lit up for about 9 runs
before 1 out.
Absolutely.
Before 1 out.
We want him. Yeah,
No, it's on Fox, by golly.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Okay.
We want him lit up for 9 runs at bottom of the first. Or is that what we want? No, that's not what we want.
What's the scenario? Set the
we
scene.
want him to be tormented. We want him to give up. We want him. What do we want?
We want to prolong the agony?
Yeah.
Well, how? I mean, what?
No, we want him lit up.
No, blasted right out of the
Right
box.
out of-
We want him blasted right out of the box.
Right out.
Right out.
Not getting one guy
It's
out.
like a
Right.
broadside.
And then we want somebody in the stands to say something that's personal that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
That they know about in Boston because they know. About that rib joint he used to have in Providence, or wherever that restaurant was. He had
Something,
something,
something
a chicken
they know.
joint he had, or
Yeah.
whatever the hell it was, or something involving his family, or maybe not his family, but something. To the point that he goes into the stands after somebody.
Yeah.
Right?
And gets beat up.
Yeah.
Purple. Just,
Right.
after having just been shelled. for
Right.
crying out loud. Oh.
They want Pedro putting it up there about 98 miles an hour. So, anyway. So, I've always wasted a lot of time here talking about the Dixie Chicks and the baseball games, but there's some news and stuff, and here's Chuck Willie. Good morning, Charles.
Morning, man.
And we'll get caught up here in a minute.
Okay. Colorado grand jury investigating the murder of John Benet Ramsey is disbanding without taking any action. Boulder County DA Alex Hunter says there is just not sufficient evidence to issue an indictment at this time.
I and my prosecution task force believe we do not have sufficient evidence to warrant the filing of charges against anyone who has been investigated at this time.
So, a disaster in Boulder, Colorado. The Ramseys are saying that they are certainly not satisfied with this result and that they hope police will continue to search for their daughter's killer. They say a child killer is out there somewhere undetected.
You know, they were running some of that. I was trying to watch some of that on MSNBC.
Yeah.
They were running some of that old footage on Jane Pauley's deal.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you have your Wiz picture-in-picture TV.
Right.
And running that press conference of the parents, you know, that first press conference they had where they had this selected. You know, a guy that's on a kind of guy who I think is great. See if you can book him, Bernie, is a guy from Denver radio, Peter.
The talk show?
Peter Boyle or whatever his
Peter
name is.
Boyle, I believe that is.
Didn't we try to get him on before and he wouldn't come on or something? Or
I believe so.
But that's when we're not on in Denver anymore on the radio, are we?
No.
Okay. So, or maybe we are. If we are, it's on such a station that sucks. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't make any difference.
Right.
But, see if we can get him to come on.
10-4.
He seems to be the most reasonable about everything, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, I saw him, quite a bit last evening, in fact.
They have some lawyer who works for NBC who's Larry something, who's a little gerbil-faced
Larry
geek.
Posner.
We don't want him on.
Yeah.
He's annoying. But it's beyond something weird there, isn't there?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But if I was going to say the parents, I don't know. That's weird the way they act, isn't it?
There's something that doesn't add up. Obviously.
Well, the kid's dead, that's all.
That's right. And at least one person at this point, as it was pointed out last night, at least one person has gotten away with murder.
And I mean, it does offer you some encouragement, though, if you're a person like me who's thought about bumping people off, various people.
that you can actually do it and
there's some way to get by with it.
score the perfect crime.
You know, somebody you've worked with for a long time. And
Yeah, I know how those people are. That fat Larry.
Yeah, you've reached the point where... Oh, no, I like Larry.
Oh, well, you mean Rob. I mean, it's been a
Oh,
long
no.
time thorn in your
I
side.
love Rob.
Well, Bernie had actually Bernard. Well, he's been there quite
Bernie,
a while now.
I would adopt Bernie. I love Bernie. And Lou.
Well, Lou,
Bernie and Lou, I love them. Joey, love Joey. Mike Breen, love him. No, but there's...
Well, who else is, I can't imagine who else even...
I'm four-eyed know-it-all. What else going on?
Irene is now a hurricane. The tropical storm was upgraded early today, slowly moving across the Caribbean toward Cuba. Forecasters say it could pose a threat to southern Florida as well in the next day or so. And as you mentioned, I-Man, the Republican-controlled Senate has delivered a big blow to President Clinton. Last night, lawmakers voting down the nuclear test ban treaty. Democrats are pledging to make the vote a political issue for 2000. Delaware Democratic Senator Joe Biden, heard here, says politics enters into everything these days, even the country's security.
National security is just another political issue now. This notion of it stopping at the water's edge, this debate, forget it. As one columnist said today, this is drive-by foreign policy.
A small band of Senate conservatives demanded a vote last night, and the measure went down to defeat as expected along party lines. Only 4 Republicans joined Democrats in supporting the measure, so it fell far short of the two-thirds majority needed for ratification, a humiliating defeat for President Clinton.
Who was the columnist? That's a pretty good phrase, drive-by foreign policy, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Where can we find that out? Let's do it.
Yeah, right now.
All right, we have more news and stuff, and it's coming up. But first, just check out a little bit of the Dixie Chicks here.
Could have heard a pin drop when they walked through the door. Had to turn my eyes away. My heart fell to the floor. Someone whispered, "Where's your halo?" She had an angel's face. Stood there smiling, holding on to the one who took my place. So tonight, the
me, oh my, oh. Me gotta go pull the P-road down the bayou. My Yvonne, the sweetest one, me, oh my, oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, a crawfish pie, and a filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see Mama Shazamio. Pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and be gay, oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou.
Imus in the morning.
Fan Highway Patrol.
It's 30 minutes past the hour, and I am Imus in the morning. William Weld, former governor of Massachusetts, is going to be on this morning. Mike Lupica, the sports guy, is going to be on Talk Baseball and stuff. From MTV, Real World Pakistan, that'll be on.
Yeah.
Walter Cronkite and more Dixie Chicks coming up. Bernie's back in my jukebox. I have an old Elvis jukebox. But it's a limited edition Elvis Presley jukebox.
It's a gorgeous thing.
And it plays CDs.
Yep.
And open it up, and I put in the slot 00.
Yeah.
It's 100 slots. I put whatever I want to listen to.
It's individual selections, yeah.
I have the Dixie Chicks on now.
I hear you.
So Bernie's back getting their new album. Because there's a cut called Earl that, well, they're just great.
They
aren't
are. They're just fantastic. That's a great thing that you just played with.
You know, here's something else, too, about the Dixies. Now, you might figure, well, see, they've been together for a while, the two sisters, and they had some other person singing lead with them, and they weren't getting it done, apparently. So then they got this new woman, and she's great. I don't know what her name is, Emily or Natalie or whatever.
Yeah.
It's one of them. I can't keep them. I don't know what their names are. It's irrelevant. I mean, it's not irrelevant, but I don't know what their names are. It doesn't make any difference, I don't think, in terms of our being able to. Natalie Maines is the lead singer. Now, she's great. You know, she's a cross between Dolly Parton, Bonnie Raitt. Mm-hmm. She's got a little bit of... She's great, though.
As you said, it's country, though.
A little early Tanya Tucker.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't... Now, she's been around, too, for a while.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't be anywhere near what she is if she weren't with these people.
Yeah.
So... you know, I just want to head them off. I just want to head them off here to Pat. Let's not get freaky here.
What are you suggesting here?
Get to thinking that we don't need, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because as a unit, they're great.
Yeah. Don't get to think of one or the other as baggage.
Right.
That kind of deal. No.
Because if it was going to work, it would have worked when y'all weren't together.
Yeah. But this works.
And they're great. This album is the number one album in the country. Period.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah. All categories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It over Kid Rock, over everybody.
I'll be darned.
So, I believe. Let me see here. What does it say? Goodbye Earl on this new album, Lou.
Cool. All right.
It's called Goodbye Earl. It's cut 5.
Okay.
Pretty cool. We'll play that coming up. But anyway, William Weld is going to be on. He's a former. Well, you know who he is. I guess you do. He's a former governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
That's it.
He wrote a novel here about a year ago called.
A little bit too much.
So it's 36 past the hour. Well, do you want to do some more news, or do you want to hear this?
I
Earl?
want to hear the Dixie Chicks, quite frankly.
Okay, this is called Goodbye Earl. From their new album.
Marianne and Wanda were the best of friends all through their high school days. Both members of the 4-H club, both active in the FFA. After graduation, Marianne went out looking for a bright new world. Wanda looked all around this town and all she was Earl. Well, it wasn't 2 weeks after she got married that Wanda started getting abused. She put on dark glasses, long sleeve blouses, and makeup to cover her bruise. Well, she finally got the nerve to file for divorce. She let the law take it from there. But Earl walked right through that restraining order and put her in intensive care. Right away, Mary Ann flew in from Atlanta on a red-eye midnight flight. She held Wanda's hand and they worked out a plan, and it didn't take them long to decide that Earl had to die.
Dixie Chick solution to domestic abuse.
There you go.
Goodbye, Earl.
Uh-huh.
Poison the boy's black-eyed Peter.
Missing person that nobody missed at all.
Well, that's not my favorite Dixie Chicks record, by the way, but it's amusing.
Yes, it is. Pretty
And it's
clever.
on their new album. We'll search through the rest of it and see what else we can come up with.
All right.
Man, there's some great stuff on here, man. They're just, I don't know. All right, it's 19 till the hour. The Mets have lost. They suck.
Yeah, it's no good.
And the manager, what a bonehead he is.
Jeez.
Going around telling everybody, it was Bobby Valentine, going around telling everybody how smart he is. And he was just a bonehead. Right?
Inexplicable decisions, for
Yeah.
crying out loud.
And, well, thank God we covered our bases on this bet with Steak Shapiro.
You were very smart.
Sports Talk 790
Sure.
The Zone. Because when the Mets were leading yesterday, I was talking to Chuck around 5 o'clock
Yeah.
or 5:30 Eastern time. And we were yucking it up, going to have Joey get a bunch of pig sound effects and play them for Steak this morning and have
Right.
Steak
Practice. Yeah.
oinking like a pig, squealing like a pig on the radio. But that won't be happening, of course.
No, it will not. No.
No.
So our fallback position, thank God.
Yeah, so we have that.
Yeah.
And the Mets and the Yankees, of course, beat the Boston Red Sox. So.
Right. Which was a for the I-Man, a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, we knew that.
No, please. Never was in doubt, was it? No.
But we're all pointing toward. Well, there's some sporting events that that just take on that take on a meaning and a dimension far greater than the event itself.
Mm-hmm.
And this game Saturday afternoon in Boston at Fenway Park, that dump with Pedro Martinez against Roger Clemens. I mean,
that's it. There's your example.
I don't even know how to describe that.
Young girl, get out of my mind. My love for you is way out of line. Better run, girl. You're much too young, girl. Imus in the morning.
Hi, my name is Louise Goldman, and I'm the assistant director.
Freedom.
Yanks beat the Red Sox in Game 1. Good morning. Mike Greenwood Sports. You hate what?
I'm sure John Sterling is a nice guy, but I hate him.
You mean really?
I mean, I really hate him.
Yankee fans love.
That's Bill Mazer time.
It's cringe time.
I mean, that's just awful.
The Sportscast sponsored by the New Jersey Eye Center. ALCS from the Bronx. 10-inning game. Yankees win it. 4-3. Bernie Williams leads off the 10th, facing Red Sox reliever David Crosby. Second pitch gone. Game over. At least Rod Beck looks like David Crosby. Big fat guy out there with the long hair. A tough loss for the Red Sox, who had an early 3-0 lead, but couldn't hold on. But third baseman John Valentin, he took it well.
It was a hard-fought game, and, we got 7 games to play.
Well, usually after Game 1, you have 6 games to play, but I'm sure he...
Didn't they get hosed on a play?
Huge play in the top of the 10th, runner on first, nobody out, ground ball to third, to throw to second baseman Chuck Knobloch, as he's known to do, drops the ball, but the umpire claims that he dropped it in the transition from his glove to make the throw for the double play.
Right.
Clearly, he never had the ball.
Right.
Terrible call. And after the game, the umpire actually saw a tape of the play and admitted he was wrong.
But the Red Sox had a lot of lucky breaks, though, and some great plays by their shortstop.
Well, Garcia Parra made a couple of tremendous plays.
Also committed about 3 errors, didn't he, or 2, anyway. But, I mean...
But they got hosed there in the 10th. They would have had first and second with nobody out. And that hurt. Manager Joe Torre thought he was in store for one of those 15-inning marathons.
I think the thing that surprised me more than anything was just first pitch, bang, home run, game over.
Torre actually fell asleep in the dugout in the 10th, didn't see the home run, was awakened by the crowd noise, and then when he opened his eyes, he saw Williams rounding the bases.
Well, is this something for the Red Sox fans to whine about now?
Oh, absolutely. It's
a
torturous thing.
Sure. Curse of the Bambino.
What, the play? The blown play? Oh,
right.
We'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, well, then we're happy, then, aren't we?
Sure.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a very difficult loss because of the circumstances.
Oh, okay. So they got screwed.
And the curse did.
Okay.
Sure.
So they're still thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but
it reinforces what they've already thought with the curse.
Yeah. Nothing worse than the curse, baby.
Why did I miss that? I missed the implication of that.
Got to stay awake for the whole game.
Well, I had to go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though, but there will be some solace for the Red Sox fans on Saturday if Clemens gets lit up for like we want him to.
Yes, we want him to be ducking and covering on the mound.
We want him to. I want him to tearfully announce that he is not going to pitch anymore. To be so humiliated.
We're praying.
Tonight. I'm announcing.
Well, before they get to that, Game 2 tonight, back in the Bronx, David Cohn and Ramon Martinez, 8:17 Eastern Time start.
They can't. No way they win this, then.
Mets woes in Atlanta continue.
Is there?
No. Yesterday's 4-3 loss to the Braves, Game 2 of the NLCS. They're down 0-2 in the best of 7. Kenny Rogers took the loss, gave up 2 home runs in the 6th. Inexplicably, Bobby Valentine, who always takes out his starters too early, if you ask me, left Rogers in there after the first home run. Another guy smacked a hard single. But no, for the first time all year, he leaves the starter in there. And another 2-run homer from Eddie Perez.
Did Lobster go to the game last night, Esther Newberg?
I'm sure she did.
We haven't had a report yet.
Because You know, Lupica wrote a column. He didn't name her, but he wrote a column about her in the New York Daily News. I mean, she's a huge Red Sox fan, and
Let's hope she got mugged.
And she blames Bucky Dent's home run in that playoff game on the fact that she didn't attend some Jewish Jewish ceremony of some sort.
Oh, I see.
Yom Kippur.
Yeah, because of you. That's egocentrism.
Well, that's the way baseball fans are.
Sure, God getting even with them for not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So shit.
There was a streaker on the field during the game. They didn't show it on camera, but it could have been her. Sort of Morgana-like. Who ran up and kissed
Not
one
enough
of the
body
players.
hair.
Wasn't Morgana like?
If it was Morgana like, it wasn't Lobster.
If it was Don Zimmer like.
As for that move by Bobby V, or lack of a move by leaving Rogers in, Bobby V said, "My bad."
I should have done it, no doubt about that. Had no reason to keep him in, and I left him in, and it was absolutely the wrong move.
There you go.
I thought you were. Well, how about this baseball genius stuff?
Where is that?
How about all this baseball stuff? You know, lecturing Mike and a Mad Dog about all you and everybody else.
Right.
I mean, Joe Benigno, the all-night guy here at the radio station, and he summed it up.
Yes, he
even somebody like me, who's just a casual fan, knew enough to get him out of there.
Yep.
I'm screaming at the television, take him out. Why did they even start him? How come they didn't start Reed?
No, he's a good starter. Reed's going to start in Game 4. Well, Rogers,
well, they should just forfeit this. Now, first of all, Atlanta's not going to come to New York and lose 3 straight.
It's not going to happen.
Well, wait a minute.
Uh-oh, here we go.
96 World Series.
Right.
Yanks and Braves, first 2 games in the Bronx. Braves win both games, up 2-0, go back to Atlanta next 3. Braves lose all 3 at home in Atlanta, and then lose Game 6, 4 straight to the Yankees and lose a series. So they've collapsed before.
You got to believe.
Good point, Mikey. Good point.
So it's not over. Certainly the Mets going back 3 games at Shea. They're much better at home.
I don't see it.
Mike Piazza's hitless so far in the series. He's got to get a hit one of these days.
Now I'm actually rooting because I'm so annoyed with Steak Shapiro and Salsa. And now I'm actually more with Salsa than I am Steak, frankly. I'm now actually rooting for the Mets. So it was really tough to watch yesterday.
Yeah. It was. It was painful.
Well, Charles and I were talking on the telephone during the game, so it was not good.
Yeah.
And the Yankees, I mean,
Just what?
Well, it's clear they're not going to lose, so.
No. There's no need to watch the game tonight? Is that what you're saying?
No, of course there is.
Yeah, for the entertainment
No, they're
value.
fun to watch.
Sure.
They're great fun.
But
the outcome's not in
The
doubt.
Clemens factor in Game 3 could turn the whole series. Say Clemens gives up 6 runs in the first inning.
Oh, well, if there's a God.
Starts to go into the stands. His
Right.
teammates have to restrain him, get injured in the process. Bernie Williams trying to hold him back, separates the shoulder. He's out for the series.
Yeah.
These things can happen.
Sure.
Don't look for a lot of Rogers' teammates to hold him back. By the way, I wouldn't be concerned about that.
Imus in the morning.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Miss Johnson, Miss Johnson.
I'm obviously, I was raised on country music, so I'm hip to the Dixie Chicks, but I mean, I had not paid them a great deal of attention.
Giving them short shrift, kind of.
Yeah, man, me and the missus had seen them on the CMA Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And they are good, but I didn't realize how they're unbelievable.
Just didn't know how good. Okay.
They are this is not any hype here with the Dixie Chicks. This is no hype.
The real deal.
I haven't been this impressed with anybody since Delbert McClinton. And I discovered Delbert back in 1972.
That's quite a statement.
I'm telling you, they are unbelievable.
They're Delbert good, what you're saying.
They are Delbert McClinton good. That's how good they are.
Oh, that's huge.
They've got 2 albums out. Their current album is #1 in the country, Dixie Chicks, called Fly. They are unbelievable.
Good stuff.
And 2 sisters, and they're accomplished musicians and cute girls. And the lead singer, she's cute as well.
Yeah.
And she's new to the group, not long, hadn't been with them that long. They had another lead singer, kind of a Pete Best thing going on. Got rid of her.
See ya.
Now, this new lead singer, she is just unbelievable. But you feel, well, why haven't we heard about her before then if she's so good? Well, because she's good, but she's good with them.
Oh, understood.
You know,
in that equation, yeah.
Yeah, don't ever get to thinking that, I hope we don't have one of these deals where we start to think, well, maybe I'll just go out and cut my own albums now. I don't need these.
I'm going solo now.
No, we don't need
you're
that.
not.
It's the combination of the three of them, and it's a cosmic thing.
Sum is greater than the parts, I mean.
Absolutely.
Sum is greater than the parts.
It's like Don Henley made some good records himself, but they were never anything like he did with the Eagles.
Forget about it.
So this is a Don Henley Eagle situation.
All righty.
All right, and then William Wells here. He's a former governor of Massachusetts. He's written another novel.
Boys cranking them out.
Sometime I'm going to read one of them. But maybe the governor will convince me that this is. But he's a fascinating, interesting guy. So we'll talk to him about his book and about other stuff. That's all coming up. But right now, Chuck has the news, and the news is sponsored by DLJ Direct. Donaldson, Lufkin, Jenrette putting their reputation online.
And they're getting it done.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, darn right.
All right, good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, I'm in. Among the top stories, with no indictment by the grand jury, the John Benet Ramsey murder remains an open case. And while Boulder County District Attorney Alex Hunter says there is not enough evidence to prosecute anybody they've investigated at this time, there also is no statute of limitation on murder cases, so somebody could be charged at some future time.
I and my prosecution task force believe we do not have sufficient evidence to warrant the filing of charges against anyone who has been investigated at this time.
So that is it. The grand jury disbands. John Benet Ramsey's family is asking authorities, though, to continue investigating the murder. The Ramseys issuing a statement Wednesday night saying the Ramsey family lives in a nightmare. Colorado's governor has indicated that he might appoint a special prosecutor to look into the case overall. A top forensics expert who worked on the Ramsey case says there are still lots of questions about the death. Henry Lee wondering whether the child beauty queen was even murdered. Lee tells a Connecticut television station, WFSB-TV, that it's possible it was an accidental death, which was covered up to make it appear as though it was a homicide. And he says if that's the case, then you don't really have a killer, though that view by Mr. Lee would seem to be rather extreme in the overall. Irene is now a hurricane. The tropical storm was upgraded early today and is slowly moving across the Caribbean.
From his hit novel, Misery.
Yep.
So Mr. King, apparently with a sense of humor, obviously. Well, Johnny Rodriguez won't be riding his thumb to Mexico.
Got a pass, didn't he?
Because the boy was acquitted on murder charges yesterday. He stood trial for shooting Israel Bosco Borrego on August 29, 1998 at Rodriguez's house. The jurors deliberated a little more than an hour before they found Rodriguez innocent, so there wasn't...
Very little question. Yeah.
Rodriguez put his face in his hands when the verdict was announced. A few cheers erupted in the courtroom. Borrego's widow and the other relatives, they cried. Rodriguez's lawyers had argued that he was justified under Texas law to defend himself and his property. And finally, in our New York Stock Exchange business report, Vince Gill and Amy Grant were holding hands and making googly eyes at each other.
Oh, my gosh.
At Gill's charity golf tournament there in Oklahoma City yesterday.
So they're really out. Okay.
I don't know if they was kissing on one another or any of that.
Licking on one another?
Or licking on one another, but Vince says he doesn't know what all the fuss is about since they are both now single. Well, yes, Vince, but you each were walking around with a pocket full of gold apparently there for a while. Weren't they?
Yeah, I think they were, man.
They each had slipped them wedding rings off and stuck it in their pocket when they was fooling around. So this thing started when she was married to that dork Gary Chapman and when old Vince was married to Janice.
Yep. At least they became friendly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they've written a song together, Amy and Vince. I don't know. Well, the girl came out of gospel music, and then you could see it coming here, you see. Because she turned her back on Jesus.
She changed her tune.
She turned her back on Jesus.
She changed her tune.
That's what she did.
She started singing one of them minor melodies.
Start making them salacious videos. Licking on them male. She turned her back on Jesus.
Give me a B-flat blues scale now.
Yeah. And then the next thing you know, she had dissed Jesus and took up with that fat boy, Vince Gill.
She dissed Jesus and dumped Gary.
Yeah, so you could see that coming. I mean, you could see that coming.
Like a train coming down the track.
Oh, man. All right, that's the business report, sponsored by the New York Stock Exchange. William Well is coming up. It's 19 after the hour.
Oh, you thought she was digging you, but she was digging me. Clap for the Wolfman. He gon' rate your record high. As long as you got the curves, baby, I got the ankles. Clap for the Wolfman. You gon' dig until the day you die. It's all according to how your boogaloo situation stands. You understand?
Imus in the morning.
They're synonymous.
Go to info.
And Sandra Bullock in the blockbuster hit Speed, this Sunday at 8 p.m. only on Fox Family Channel. I'm Lori McNichol for the Nextel Communications Fan Highway Patrol.
It is 25 after the hour, and I am Imus in the morning. Mike Lupica, the sports writer, will be coming up to talk about the Mets and the Atlanta Braves and what a disaster that was yesterday. We've been put in an uncomfortable position of actually having to root for the Mets not root for them because of our distaste for everything about Atlanta, including not everything about Atlanta, but about Steak Shapiro and Ted Turner, who we despise.
Elements of Atlanta.
Yeah. Now, under the Zone, one of our more successful radio affiliates in the country, we're enormously pleased with our relationship with them, aren't we? Or something.
Oh, yeah.
And now the Red Sox and the Yankees, well, at my house, Mrs. Imus is a Red Sox fan, and I am a Yankee fan. And, I went to bed. It was 3-3, and I just said, I'm going to bed. And she said, don't you want to see how it comes out? I said, well, we know how it's going to come out.
That's laughable.
We don't have to see how it's going to come out.
You don't have to stay
What's
up.
nothing to see?
Good grief.
More of what you want.
You know how I'm sometimes a decade late on these people.
But you do come around eventually.
But I mean, I was not going to buy into the Dixie chick hype. I wasn't going to buy into it. That's all. I can live with old Lefty Frizzell records and Dwight Yoakam and Delbert McClinton
forever,
and Hank Lachlan, and Willie, and Marty, and people like that. I can get by with those people.
There you go.
I don't need. So, and Deirdre and she pointed out to me. They were on the CMA Awards, and they sang Wide Open Spaces, and, anybody can be good on the CMA Awards. I'm going to pay that close attention. And so Rob bought me both of their albums yesterday. Well, they are Delbert McClinton good. They are so good, it's unbelievable how good they are.
That's huge.
Now, this is not hype. The Dixie Chicks, this is not hype. I mean, you probably already know this. Oh, The Fly is the #1 album in the country, Billboard. I mean, #1 album in the country. Period. Not Kid Rock, not, #1 album in the country, not one of those Musketeer Babes or somebody.
Understood.
They are so good. They're country.
Yeah, this is serious stuff.
And they are accomplished. The two sisters, one of them plays the fiddle, the other plays the guitar, banjo, and all that stuff. And that little old girl singing lead, I mean, they are scary. They're so good. And they are so good, it's unbelievable.
The way they blend and stuff.
And you may say, well, I'm sick of all that country music, man. I'm sick of you playing it, or some of it I like, but stick to Dwight and Delbert and spare us Charlie Walker, Hank Lachlan,
listen
those people.
To this.
You got to go get you a Dixie Chicks CD. I'm telling you, they'll be around until they freak out. Until they all get to thinking they can do it themselves.
They go to Ego City.
Until their husbands or boyfriends or somebody else starts to get ugly. I notice from one album to the next, they've already switched the order of credit for the producers. So there's already a ugly cloud over the producer credits. In album 1, it was Paul Worley and Blake Chansey. Well, in album 2, it's Blake Chansey and Paul Worley. So obviously they had a discussion about that. Somebody had to say something. And Blake obviously said, well, wait a minute. You weren't even there when we cut this.
Yeah.
You weren't there when we did those tracks.
Fix that.
That wasn't your idea. That was my idea. That kind of thing, you know. So that's what happened there. So we're going to do a little mattress dancing with the Dixie Chicks, and that'll be coming up. Before we get to any of that, here from the White House is John Palmer, and Mr. Palmer works for NBC News. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Don. Good morning.
So is the president freaking out over being hammered on this test brand thing?
Well, this was really a big defeat for him. It's a humiliating defeat, embarrassing, crushing, whatever word you want. This.
All right, here's Chuck with the news. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, I-Man. The Boulder, Colorado District Attorney will hold a news conference this afternoon on the John Benet Ramsey murder case.
This is out effing rageous.
Yep.
And by the way,
now a catastrophe.
Right, yeah. Dan Abrams is going to call here in a couple of minutes.
All righty.
He may, hopefully, he knows as much about it as I do, and I don't know that much about it, but at least I have my facts straight. God. Well, go ahead.
The DA says the grand jury simply has been unable to find out who killed the 6-year-old girl.
Well,
he says, don't expect to hear about grand jury specifics during this news conference coming up today.
No.
Under no circumstances will I or any of my advisors, prosecutors.
He's a weasel.
John Benet's parents have had something to say. They say the whole thing has been a living nightmare, and that a child killer is still on the loose out there undetected, according to the Ramseys, and they say this is certainly an insufficient conclusion to this case.
Oh, sure.
They want the murder investigation to continue, which it will, and Colorado's governor is saying that he may appoint a special prosecutor.
Right.
He worked on the O.J. Simpson defense team, and this major forensic expert who also worked on the Ramsey case says there are still lots of questions about her death. Well, that's a real reach. Henry Lee wonders whether the child beauty queen was even murdered. Henry Lee telling a Connecticut television station, WFSB-TV, that it's possible it was an accidental death, which for some reason or other was covered up to make it look like a homicide, like a murder. And he says if that's the case, then you don't really have a killer to be detected. What?
Well, I mean, Dr. Lee has been, come on, baby. There's too much time in a room with the dead peoples. Don't you think?
It's affected his thinking.
Yeah, the boys, I don't know.
And people...
It's 21 after the hour. All right. Here's the Dixie Chicks now. Get on that sin wagon, baby, and do a little of that mattress dancing. That's right. All right.
He pushed me round, now I'm drawing the line. He lived his life, now I'm gonna go live mine. I'm sick of wasting my time. Well, now I've been good for way too long. Found my red dress, I'm gonna throw it up. Clouds get too far gone. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Been looking more of my 12-ounce nutrition. One more helping of what I've been having. I'm taking my turn on the sin wagon. On a mission to make something happen. Feel like Delilah looking for Samson. Do a little mattress dancing. That's right, I said mattress dancing. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Been looking more of what I've been missing. I don't know where I'll be crashing, but I'm arriving on a sin wagon.
I believe that's the girl playing them instruments. Talking about the
I'll fly away on a sin wagon.
have mercy now. Gonna get aboard that sin wagon.
No.
Dixie Chicks. Well, they're for real.
Yep. That's serious.
That's not your record company hype there, man. God. I told my wife last night, I said, have you ever listened to the Dixie Chicks? And she looked at me like I was nuts. And she said, well, we saw them on a CMA. I said, I'm aware of that. But I'm just talking about, did you ever sit down and listen to one of their albums or anything? Well, no, she hadn't. But she already knew that. But they are, man, I'm telling you.
They're fabulous. Period.
And that may not be that's not the best thing on the album either, by the way.
It's great, though. God.
But, you know, the two sisters and the other little girl, whose father, by the way, plays steel guitar on it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're just unbelievable. And, you know, it's not Tim McGraw time and
No, that's the real deal.
Shania Twain or some of these other people who are just... Well, I don't think Shania Twain, for what she does, is great, but she can't sing. I mean, just shouldn't be Entertainer of the Year in CMA. That, I mean, that's absurd.
Yeah.
Like Ricky Martin. I mean, that's a great act that they have. But, I mean, you're not going to go buy their albums. At least I'm not. So. But the Dixie Chicks, I mean, they're Delbert McClinton good.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's not an exaggeration.
They've got the #1 album in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to, and here's what will happen, probably. Although, you know, some of these, they do manage this, but, you know, even the Oak Ridge Boys, remember, they freaked out. There's a lot of pressure on these people. Now, even though the Dixie Chicks have been around a while, and now the woman singing lead now has been with them that long, but,
mm-hmm.
And she's, you know, she's great. But she wouldn't be this great without them. I mean, I know, but somebody will tell her that that's not the case. One of these, you know, so she'll hook up with somebody. You get somebody like some...
You really ought to be out on your own.
You ought to have... You don't need them. You know, but she does... I mean, that may not happen. They may recognize that they... But they're great. I mean, well, they're just great. That's
they
all.
are.
I played this tonight, The Heartaches on Me, earlier this morning from their first album. That's a great song.
It is terrific.
I'll play that coming up. But we have to do some commercials and then talk to Mike Lupica about this baseball thing. And then we got this MTV Real World Pakistan deal.
Yep.
I mean, we got a lot of stuff to get to here.
Imus in the morning.
All right. When it comes... All right. You can win some Yankee tickets for what game, Bernie? God. Not even in the studio.
Game.
No, he's not even in the studio. I mean, on the phone doing who knows what he's doing. Which game, Fuzzhead?
The Yankee game.
Which game,
Tonight,
you moron?
Tonight. Tonight's game.
Which game? I said, which... Oh, God.
Quit screaming.
Idiot.
Quit screaming.
He is an idiot.
Quit.
You're an idiot.
Screaming. Why am I an idiot?
Well, because you just are an idiot.
But what's the reason?
Well, you don't pay attention. You know what's going on.
I have all the attention. I'm trying to get your attention to do commercials, give away Yankee tickets, get Lupica on the phone.
I got Lupica on the phone. Hey, Lupica?
Good morning, Don.
There's Lupica. What's the problem with Lupica? We got him on the phone.
Yeah, he's 10 minutes late.
He is?
Yeah.
Why'd you call late, Mike?
No, I think Bernie meant I'm late because
there were other things going on around the program that maybe the listeners and viewers weren't privy to.
Okay.
God.
What's the matter?
Well, quit screaming at everybody. Just
Shut up.
quit screaming.
Please welcome to the Imus Morning Program the nationally syndicated sportscaster Mike Lupica, who writes here in New York for the New York Daily News. Mike's a novelist. Has also written books for like Bill Parcells and Reggie Jackson, although Reggie's still convinced he wrote his own.
Yeah.
Bill knows he didn't write his because, well, I think we know why. And we had William Weld in here early this morning, and I didn't realize how easy it was to write these novels. According to Bill, you just dictate about 10 pages an hour or a day.
An hour.
An hour.
An hour.
10 pages an hour, and a weekend is pretty much done.
You knock it out.
Well, when you've got as much time on your hands as he does.
Anyway, did you go to the Yankee game? Oh, you did?
Yes, I was there for the hosing about 10 minutes to 12 before Bernie Williams hit his home run right about midnight.
Yeah.
By the second base umpire, now probably known in Boston as Rick Bucky Reed, after his sparkling work. As I said in my column this morning, these guys, obviously they don't know what a strike is and what a ball is anymore, the umpires.
Right.
Now they can't even handle a simple drop throw at second base in front of everybody.
Well.
But you can't assume that the Red Sox were going to score because they are out there against the best relief pitcher in the world, but it certainly would have given them a great chance to go ahead first and second, nobody out in the 10th. And, as somebody was saying afterwards, it's like he was giving the benefit of the doubt to one of the worst second basemen in baseball, Chuck Knobloch, who could take a routine play and turn it into a theme park.
What happened to Knobloch? Didn't he used to be pretty good? That's why we got him, right?
Yeah, it's like... let me apply a golf analogy.
Yeah.
Things you've seen, perhaps, in big matches in the last month or so.
Yeah.
You know how guys yip short putts sometimes?
Yeah.
That's what he does when he has a simple throw to make. But this wasn't even a throw. It was a simple force play, and umpires are consistently lazy with this.
Off at 3-3.
Yeah.
And I walked out and I said to Mrs. Imus, "It's tied, but I'm going to bed." Because we all know how... She's a Red Sox fan.
Right.
We all know how it's going to end, and she glared at me. And I started to leave her a note this morning, and I decided that would not be a great idea.
Well, here's the thing. As soon as the Red Sox didn't score in the top of the 10th, I turned to the people in the press box. I said, just start writing those Yankee win leads. Just leave a blank for whoever's going to make the big hit.
Yeah.
And, of course, Rod Beck came in, and it took all of 2 pitches for Bernie Williams to hit one to the Yonkers train station, and that was that.
Did you watch the Mets
Yes, I did.
Atlanta game?
Yep.
Now, I was listening to our all-night guy here at WFAN in New York, Joe Benigno, who I happen to like enormously, and I come in, and he's saying even a casual fan would recognize that you would take the Mets pitcher out of the game after the Mets are ahead 2-0. It's a 6th inning. The pitcher is Kenny Rogers. He has a reputation for pitching well for a while and then blowing up.
Right.
He gives up a home run, and it ties the game at 2, and then he gives up a single to somebody, I guess Andrew Jones or somebody, just nearly tore the horsehide off the ball.
Smoking.
Yeah. And at that point, you would think, well, particularly if you're the manager, if you've taken people out early all year and been criticized for that, at this point, it's clear to even someone like me that, and when I was screaming at the television, get him out of there.
Yeah, you actually, I use the Imus barometer on this, and the question I ask myself in these moments is, how agitated am I talking to my television set?
Yeah.
And I was screaming at the television set, why is he still in there? He's about the time that Eddie Perez was hitting the home run, Valentine should have been handing the ball to the next pitcher for the Mets.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that they can come back from this. If they had gotten yesterday's game, it's like the Red Sox. If the Red Sox can still get one game here, it becomes a very interesting series. But if it's 2-0, I just think that the Mets are through. They had to get that game yesterday.
Yeah. Because Atlanta's not going to come to New York and lose 3 straight.
You wouldn't think so. And the other manager is having one of the great seasons of his life, Bobby Cox, and I love the way he managed yesterday, bringing his closer in the 8th and then sending old John Smoltz out there to close the game out in the 9th.
But even if they do come to New York and lose 3 straight, they still have to go back to Atlanta.
But here's the thing: you always look at these series and say, yeah, if the Mets win 3 straight now, they're in great shape. But they've now lost, all these games to the Braves in the last 2 weeks, and they've shown nothing to indicate that they have it in them to have a 3-game winning streak against the Braves. What they've shown us just in the last 6 games of the regular season, and now the first 2 games of the playoffs.
I was talking with the sports writer Michael Lupica here on the Imus Morning program. It's 20 minutes till the hour. Well, now why? Have you ever talked to Kenny Rogers?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Now, so what's his attitude about all this?
He couldn't be more polite. And, from what I've read in the papers today, he does what he always does after one of these fails. He stood there and answered every question. He was a gentleman afterwards. But sometimes, you wonder if he's talking about the same game that you saw. He was kind of saying, yeah, that was a good pitch to Andrew Jones, and you want to say, hello? No. Hit a ball so hard it could have killed you if it had gone up the middle. But it's impossible not to like him, except when he's throwing a ball that a guy hits out of the ballpark and costs your team the game.
Maybe he's on drugs.
I don't think he's on drugs. I think you've just got to let go this drug idea you have about sports. The other night we were talking on the phone when Pedro Martinez came jogging in from the bullpen and said, how does back get good fast? Is he on drugs? I said, no, I think he just wants to pitch and try to help his team. Well, yeah, God, you're so naive, Lupica.
He seemed pretty up to me. You guys seem pretty jumpy there in the dugout. Just frankly.
He was, jacked up. I don't think that...
Well, it's not a pretty quick recovery on the back thing, don't you think?
Well, I think that...
If it was ever hurt in the first place, by the way.
You think he was faking before?
Well, I don't know. Now, David Cohn and who pitches? Ramon Martinez pitches tonight for the Sox, right?
Ramon Martinez pitches for the Sox.
He's my age, apparently.
And if the Red Sox can still get a game, then Saturday's game at Fenway Park, which is just terrific, Clemens versus Pedro Martinez, becomes a huge game because the Red Sox, if they can go into that game 1-1, would have a chance to go ahead 2-1 in the series if Pedro does what you...
Bye, Mike.
Why did he hang up on us?
He hates you.
That's we don't know. It's inexplicable, but it's an insult.
Well, what he's talking about, what we want to happen while we get Lupica back on the phone, we want Pedro Martinez to pitch a perfect game on the Saturday afternoon at Fenway Park, and we want Roger Clemens to give up.
He's back.
We want him lit up in the first inning for about 9 runs.
Yeah.
How many runs could he be lit up for before Joe would take him out of there?
I think it would have to be 5 or more by like the 3rd inning.
Oh, well, we want it. What if he gave up 5 in the first?
Now, you stop it now. You're kind of making me hot here. Wait a minute. I got to sit down. I'm getting a little lightheaded now. That image McCoy gave us yesterday of Clemens leaving the mound and actually covering himself up as if people were lobbing grenades at him. You want the trip to the dugout to be like Rogers dodging bullets and trying to get back to the bunker.
Yeah. Serpentine Rogers.
Like he's,
Mayday.
Like he's running from napalm in Vietnam. You know what I mean?
Well, really, I it's bad karma to wish for these things, but it sure would be fun.
What do Red Sox fans know anything about Roger that they could scream at him from the stands that, or is there something that they could scream from him? No, there's not.
No, he just, he kind of left them over money, and then he left the Blue Jays over money, and now he's out there in center field rubbing Babe Ruth's plaque for luck, and I think he'd rub that, but I think he'd rather rub a couple of hundreds together, then he'd be a lot happier.
Right, so.
No, it's great.
He didn't pitch great against Texas. I mean, everybody says he did, but, he was, one was a nervous wreck watching that game, watching him pitch. I didn't think he pitched well, did you?
Oh, no. And the other thing to remember about that game is Darryl Strawberry had staked him to a 3-0 lead before he ever had to go out to pitch. Right. And the Rangers were in a streak where they looked like a bar league softball team trying to hit the Yankee pitchers.
No.
That wasn't a pressure game. The pressure game will be Saturday at Fenway Park.
But he didn't look like, I don't even know anything about it. But he didn't look to me like he was on top of the mound or on top of he didn't look like he was in command of what he was doing.
He hasn't all year, Don. Yeah. He was not the guy that they thought. There's never been Pedro Martinez came into to Yankee Stadium in September. He pitched a one-hitter and struck out 17 Yankees, and it was one of the great games I've ever seen. And that's the type of dominating pitcher Clemens was. He has never been that pitcher for a single day this year, even though he's had some good games. He's never blown the other team away.
We're talking with the nationally syndicated sports writer, Michael Lupica, who appears occasionally on, or no, often on the Sports Reporters with that fat loser, Dick Clark. Not Dick Clark. Dick Could be Dick Clark, frankly.
No, Dick Steph's a good guy.
Lupica writes novels. He writes other books and stuff, and the person who makes those deals for him is the co-head of International Creative Management, the whole outfit over there at the New York office, Esther Lobster Newberg, who is a rabid many things, but a rabid among them a rabid Red Sox fan, and she joins us now. Good morning, Miss Newberg.
The one thing that Red Sox fans can yell on Saturday at 4:10 is, "Push yourself back from the table, Roger, you big bloated, stick a pin in it." That's what we could yell.
I don't think fat jokes are going to, really push him over the edge, do you?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
So how happy am I? I actually got hot knowing, as soon as Lupica told me that you were actually at the game last night and watched your team get screwed. I can't tell you how happy that made me. So
you're an evil, old, wrinkled man.
Well,
really.
Well, fine. So
yeah,
and you have hair on your back. It's 14 to leave the hour.
It's turned into a real Noel Coward play now, hasn't it?
I'm a wrinkled up like she's not. By the way, Esther's my age. Hello. Anyway, back to Lupica here. Esther Newberg. Now, why would you suspect? Here's Esther sitting in her big fancy Fifth Avenue apartment or wherever she lives. And it's like a drug.
What
she
makes
can't
her-
keep
No.
she can't keep her hand away from the phone. She just she's got to go. She's fighting herself.
I've begged her not to make these calls.
Don't call. But anyway.
It's my nightmare morning. I come down, I get myself a cup of coffee, and on the screen it says Esther Newberg, and I say, no. Go to work now. Make more money for me.
Now, Deidre is a Red Sox fan, but she's not such a Red Sox fan that she was actually even. I walked out in the kitchen. Of course, she was thinking about something else, I guess, but she was watching some woman who accused of killing her baby on ABC, so thought I would give her game updates, and she would snarl at me when I'd say the Red Sox. At one point I went out and I said, I think the Red Sox are actually going to win this game, and she was very happy, and then it was tied 3-3, and I said, I'm going to bed because it's clear who's going to win this. I didn't know how it was going to happen.
Well, and sometimes these games go so slowly, even when they're close. You're getting cranky about the pace of play when, you know the whole story about El Duque getting here from Cuba. When maybe one of your favorite sports columnists from the Daily News stands up in the fifth inning and says, "Why don't we think about throwing a strike, boat boy?"
Well, how long was the game? It was over 4 hours, wasn't it?
Bernie Williams actually did hit the home run at midnight last night, and the first two innings of the game were longer than an hour last night. So it's, you just settle in knowing it's not going to end till between 11:30 and midnight, these games.
How would Cone do? He's been off for a couple of weeks, right?
I think he'll pitch well. He is, his big game reputation is a little outsized compared to some of his contributions, and he has gotten lit up in October. But I think he might not be with the Yankees next year because they've got a big decision to make about his age and how he's pitched the second half of the season. So these are his last big moments as a Yankee. So I actually think he'll pitch well tonight.
Now, does he still sit in the dugout and masturbate, or is that over?
No, he really doesn't. No.
I was wondering. So he's not doing that anymore, taking his penis out in public and
I'm not sure that he ever did that.
jerking his old gherkin there. We have to do spots. Thanks, Lupi.
Thanks.
Mike Lupica here on the Imus Morning Program.
Imus in the morning.
For centuries, people believed the world was flat. It took a real...
We're not caught up in the hype of technology. We're just using it.
That wouldn't